Live, 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 live. Every night, every day, every night, every day. A veces llego tarde y se lo doy anyway. No de Polo Night Sun, sábado en la noche. Sábado en la noche. It's already Saturday. Friday in Galactic Money, where we cover macroeconomics, cryptonomics, tokenomics, and a little bit of science, since none of our politicians actually pay attention to actual science. We have to cover it here every day, every night. So we do a recount of the general conditions of the space weather, which your local weatherman will never talk about, because he gets his data from the UN and from all the politicians and from NASA. That's why you're not gonna hear that this kind of weather, this kind of weather news. Anyway, we're gonna cover more in depth some of the cause of major earthquakes. We're gonna talk about volcanism a little bit too, and talk about the fact that they're using all of the natural variability in the climate. They're using it against us to punish ourselves. We're gonna jump right into the Dixie. The relative strength of the dollar has been ranging here from 92 to about 94 now, over the past couple of weeks, month. We expect this to keep going, as this rally up, as the rest of the currency takes a big dive because of the the new economic games that we're playing, which income this nice telenovela, this nice show here. If you think the blue team is gonna affect the economy differently than the red team, I understand you like soap operas. And it seems like they're putting a little bit of suspense, even though the blue team it got some nasty stuff going around, and this polls, I'm not sure where TradingView is pulling this data from, but I'm assuming it should be pertinent. However, orange guy behind still, projections are that somehow he will come back like as a horse from behind. We have my boy Holger here putting out this chart. The Germany, this is like the S&P of Germany, okay, against Bitcoin, whatever, is all going up right now. The cryptos are taking off. A lot of news to cover, a lot of space weather news to cover. Why am I cold in Miami in October, but not as cold as my friend in Texas? It's freezing. And there, we're gonna cover actually some of the dangerous weather out in the center of the continent. Crazy stuff, crazy environment we living into. Okay, now the Crown Crypto Cave application here. Yeah, what do we say? Above 13.5 for more than a day, which has done now more than a couple of days. 16,000 would be within reach within a few weeks, right? The levels will let Mr. Crown cover them better than anybody else. Just for 30 seconds.
My opinion is bullshit. My opinion is bogus. It does not mean anything. I only trade technical analysis. So in this case right here, yes, in technical analysis terms, either a 2-hour delta closure above 13,650 or just a trade higher than our current high, which is 13,675, which I think is just going to be easier. And then I'd be looking for extension for another, $200 to $300, maybe even $400 all the way to 14,200. But I would be looking for a local high right there, with specific interest on the monthly closure, as we spoke about earlier, because that is going to be the biggest, most important thing, and can really drive some more long-term biases. And again, to the downside, breaking below 13,350, I'd look for a quick move down. Well, maybe not quick move, but I'd look for a move down towards about $13,000 base, with probably wicks down towards 12.8 or 12.9, and then using this as the next sort of major area for kind of holding in some downside, as if it does break below 12.9, we'll call up on a 4-hour delta closure. I would look for extension almost $1,000 lower towards $12,000 base.
So we can see the levels really clear. This major price action here and here, those are the level that he's referring to. We're following along. Looking good overall it's looking great. It's not looking good compared to the rest of the tradable markets. The cryptos are taking off. Bitcoin is the big papa, the big papa upa, leading the market. But as always, my main concern is the total market cap. We now liking this $400 billion level, and I don't think we're gonna lose it that easy. If we haven't lost it right before the election, maybe we'll have more resolution, and people will be more willing to bet on this market even bigger after the election. So the fact that we're holding this still is awesome. Above 500, so the next line, right? About 450 billion. I think that's the actual first cementation of the second step. So we already did the one step into the bull market, but the second step is like confirmation, right? So because we've been here at this level somewhat for a long time. We've been here for a very short period of time before, right? And here not quite so close, but basically now if we take this next step up, yeah, that's like a real confirmation of a bull market, kind of like this steps up, right? So yeah, I watched this 450 level very closely, in confluence with the rest of the fundamentals, right? So like TA trumps everything until fundamentals kick in. I don't know a better way to say it, it's just how the markets react, TA, we gave for TA every day until fundamentals apply. The fact that a lot of the crypto space, a lot of the crypto value is being locked now in this, decentralized finance, be your own bank, cultivate yields. There's no yields anywhere else. So that's fundamentally strong as hell. That's why we have in this rain today in Miami. So this plasma, we'll start seeing an electrical show probably very soon. It's funny because all these people talk about temperature, but they never talk about electricity. What does a hurricane strength has to do with the surface that is riding on, with the temperature of the surface that is riding on? Nothing at all. Okay, all electrical storm all cyclonic storms are powered by one thing and one thing only, right? And that is electricity. I want to get this right. But yes, we see Iran central bank now basically starting to buy crypto live, improving. Okay, maybe the wind will blow the other way. We'll continue along. Okay, so yeah, thanks to Lark Davis, Crypto Lark, posting this news here. But overall, it's very bullish everywhere. Fundamentally, uh, I've been talking about like countries doing BTC transactions when Argentina actually pay Uruguay in crypto for one of their transactions, you know. So I mean now like bigger players are moving this thing along. So we see one of the largest Russian banks now wants to do BTC custody. We all know about the corporate formal, right? And the one key silent indicator that we jumping into a fundamentally new change of behavior, which is the fact that not only all these big corporations, financial institutions, jurisdiction, countries, central banks are starting to get into crypto. You know, because when they say BTC, we're talking about crypto in reality, right? And oh yeah, we see now Verizon. I remember when I was talking to them in Philadelphia about having them join the Ethereum alliance with Andrew Keys back into 2017. Okay, but now they coming in and they trying to do like I guess like news verifying on the blockchain, whatever, you know, they jumping in, not supposed to stay behind, right? But the one thing is that they also acquiring crypto companies, and this is like okay, reality finally is sinking in. You know, they we know that PayPal is about to buy some crypto companies, and all of these big guys are gonna start, you know, all of the big guys, we're talking about Apple and Google and stuff, now they're gonna start jumping in. So I don't know what you're waiting for if you're not all in crypto just yet. When it comes to economic activity, okay, this is just a new reality. A shout out to Raphael here using this glass node. I keep saying the on-chain analysis tools that we have combined with the financial tools give us an edge. That's why this market, that's why I look at this, right? This market, once money comes in, is very hard to want to get back to the convent. You know, it's just swallowing the markets now, you know, this whole crypto space. But anyway, we see this tool pretty cool, where it could give you indication for buying dips in this bullish condition. This is for everything according to the market conditions. Okay, so during these bullish conditions, find the dip when it falls. This it's all PR, right? So spent output profit ratio. So when you check it on Glassnode, you buying this dip and selling up here. So that's pretty cool strategy. We saw how Iran is doing their. This is Iran's central bank, which is probably the first central bank to jump into crypto, right? And now, we trying to see. Well, we seized the largest ever missile and oil. Like, we're looking for trouble. We're looking for trouble because they can't stand humanity jumping into this new reality. Yeah, we having the light show started. I'm gonna see if I can switch the other side now that the wind is. So we can all enjoy the show. Live from Miami Beach. You can see some of the show. They talk about global warming. They in carbon. They never talk about electricity. I wonder why. All of these fake scientists. Hey, they using this. I reported on this kind of stuff already. Where they already starting to use this blockchain distributed accounting system for military purposes. Blockchain as a weapon. Proof of you blow your shit before you blow us type of deal. Yeah, we are showing somewhat of a decoupling over the past couple of days. I've been very verbal about saying I'm not gonna call for decoupling just yet of the crypto market from the conventional legacy market. Okay? No, I think we still will have correlation here, maybe for a year or so too, most of the time, because you see this thing, this is a drop in a bucket, right? When it comes to liquidity, right? Specifically that liquidity. When it comes to liquidity, this is literally a drop in a bucket of the global liquidity. 450 billions. Are you kidding me? Texas fake valuation is higher than this, Tesla. But I digress. It's yeah, but all in all, now the fact that the crypto market is holding bullish time. We'll take a little break and we'll jump into some science.
Around on the beats. I got nothing but fire.
Yeah, we'll go over this alignment of the planet that we're experiencing right now, and how does it influence things like earthquakes. We'll listen to Mr. MB333, one of the best space observers on the planet. This guy is amazing.
unique position when the planets are in alignment with not necessarily a straight alignment, but when they're in certain positions with regard to especially gas giants. I've noticed big quakes on planet Earth, and this may be one of them, and it's kind of close to a full moon as well. Looking at the Yellowstone supervolcano caldera, a little bit of activity over here, but not anything out of the ordinary considering this is.
Yeah, when you have the gas giants opposing the sun, you know, like that bulging and pulling. Let's remember that we have the electromagnetic sphere, the magnetosphere, right? And that gets influenced by the other planets, which are all electrical beings, right? So I wonder why these people never speak about electricity or electromagnetism or plasma when it comes to weather. I wonder why, because that's what all weather is, you know? I mean, you remember when they used to scare us with the ozone layer? You know, like, oh, look at the big hole on the ozone layer. And this thing repairs itself, okay? Basically, it's not even a repairman, it's just what it does. It fluctuates, you know, it opens and closes according to the plasma state. But we'll go now into what's happening. This is key because this type of weather anomaly we're gonna be experiencing all over the world now. This is, let's remember that this is October, and this type of weather is affecting all the way down to Mexico. We'll listen to Adapt 2030 for about a minute.
Charts here from Severe Weather EU taken off again the National Weather Service. We get some incredible, I mean incredible, total accumulated freezing rain off of Pivotal Weather. These are great charts here. Pivotal Weather, thank you for putting these out. And this is such an emergency message for those out there in this area. This is sweeping east, and you see those different teal colors in there. I have never seen charts with 1.5 inches of accumulating ice coming down. Forecasters are talking about apocalyptic tree collapses and power line downages. Even a full inch of ice coming down, 1/2 inch, 1/3 of an inch, that is still paralyzing for the communities that it's going to be going through. You can't drive, you can't walk, no bicycles. If you have crampons, I guess you can get around, but you can't walk that fast. Studded tires, not down here. The temperatures will rebound in about 3 or 4 days, but you're going to be locked in your home for that period of time if you're in this ice storm area with no power, and you're going to be sealed, locked in there. The wind's blowing through are 40 miles an hour, and it's just going to be sideways blowing ice. We've seen these types of storms before where you can't open your doors or windows because they're completely covered in ice. Really good graphic here.
Yeah, that is wild. You know, that's in the center of the continent here, and all the way down in Texas, Oklahoma, 40 miles wind and so much ice. It's, you know, breaking all kinds of records by now, you know, all over the continent, just shattering records. Go watch that whole video. It's only about 17 minutes. He does a great recount on the weather and the grand solar minimum. You know, I come out here and rant every day about the fact that, you know, they keep using the weather against us, you know, the natural variability against us. The biggest energetic inductions from the sun mainly and from other parts of the cosmos, like here, you know, it shows a big reduction and actually gets added to the human variability, right? Check out a suspicious observer for more on this, and we have NASA faking data. They've been caught countless time, NOAA, just fake science everywhere. All my crypto heads that they know better not to trust the government with their money, and they display so much truth. I don't understand how you guys believe in the science supplied to you by the same people. Okay, you see people like this girl from Florida here, wanting to shut down Suspicious Observer for just displaying what, just observing and displaying what, just the guy's just reading from measurements, and she wants to shut him down. This is the kind of I don't get it, like all this technocracy that we allowing, and it just surprised me that all the crypto heads, they quick to talk shit about their economic system, but just swallow all this science, all of this anthropogenic global warming crap, all this coronavirus crap, nothing to do with reality. We got real issues, that we should be preparing for. So when I get like really obnoxious and really rude on these people, is because we got like these leaders supposed to guide us, to prepare us for, like they're wasting all this time and effort on this global warming debate that is just senseless, when we have actual, this is undisputable, irrefutable, this is just data. We have the lowest solar cycle of the past 200 years just passed us. We just went through the grand solar maximum from the 40s to the 80s, and now we're going into this minimum, and as the magnetosphere is diminishing, probably the weakest it's been over the past 10,000 years. We got real issues. This is why I get obnoxious and rude towards people like Amy Castro and this Miss Cristalina, whatever her name is. This. I'm not saying she's the devil, but she's like the devil's secretary. Look at her, so well put together. I don't mean to demonize you, but the fact is that you preparing this message and delivering it for the people that have been wrong continuously and manipulating data, and I believe that these people are smart enough to understand that what they're doing is just fake. It's fake. Look at this. From the 1840s to last year, this is the displacement of the magnetic field, right? This is the magnetic north, and you see how it used to move every 10 years somewhat. Now how it's been increasing and increasing, and over the past 10 years it just has taken off, and because now it's getting weaker, and there is a magnetic flip every so often on Earth. Okay, every 12,000 years or so, we get a magnetic pole shift. Where like now they traveling the South Pole is traveling, and now the approximation is that they're gonna meet somewhere in the Indian Ocean area. You know, Indian Ocean, the Indian continent, Asia. But we have these people just trying to lock us up for nothing. You know, there's nothing in the air. I've already been over the COVID many times, showing you that they're showing your exosome. You know, regardless, the point is that been more than proven that you can swap germs, you can pass germs to one another, but you cannot pass on your disease. All of your diseases, you are creating it from the inside. That's what we do. We create. Okay. And we have institutions like the Rockefeller Foundation creating all this pandemia and lockdown system, controlling energy and food, supplying killer vaccine, transmutating humans. You know, this is true stuff. All of it, do your own research, but all of it is for you to check the data. You know, it's like non-opinion based. It's not up to debate. You know, but nothing in the air.
Se acabó la cuarentena, el cuerpo lo sabe y la calle está llena. Se acabó la cuarentena, el cuerpo lo pide, la calle está llena. Por eso mi cuerpo pide calle. Hasta mañana, calle, hasta mañana, calle, hasta mañana, calle, 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 hasta mañana, calle, hasta mañana, calle, hasta mañana, calle, 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 hasta mañana, calle. Hasta mañana calle. El cuerpo lo...
Hey, get out of your. I understand they cannot lock you up. What they locking up is the business sector, right? Meanwhile, in China, right? Meanwhile, in Wuhan, as you are being locked up in Spain and in Italy and in Germany, destroying the economy. These people, Angela Merkel, she got a physics degree. She don't even know she cannot possibly know the meaning of the word physics. 5 cycles. She cannot even have an idea of what that means. And you know, the fact that anthropogenic global warming breaks the laws of thermodynamics, and she's supposed to be a physicist, you know, and she's locking down Germany while we having this in Wuhan. Okay. China. Yeah. Let's do this. All that time. Time for the speculator. It's 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 time for the speculator. Speculate the price. 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 China. I got the shoe stone tonight. Hey, we are 10,000 already. 10 billion. China. Okay, let's do this. not so big deep diving, but I want to point out big opportunity here. China. You know, as people want to defund China, I want China to keep doing what they do best, delivering. Tron has somewhat held its own on price action terms, you know. So we've been holding this for a while, this level here. Now that we're starting to live above 400 billion, I can see Tron out of the top coins. You know, this is a top coin. This is not deep diving. This is very, you know, a shallow fish here. Okay, but an opportunity to do somewhat of still, you know, for this to go to 3 billion, it won't be much above 450 billion. Okay, why? Because even though Ethereum is amazing, and I share the vision of Vitalik of delivering a massive you know, decentralized proof of stake system, Tron is usable today. So Tron is the Ethereum language platform for so everything that you could do on Ethereum, just for today's day, you know, just being strictly pragmatic here, you know. For today's environment, Tron out of the top coin is probably still the greatest entry opportunities at this level. However, we have to point out that this is getting to be, you see, I didn't think we were gonna perform this well on the Bitcoin dominance at 63%. You know, we've been growing tremendously, so we take that into consideration. But Tron today, at this price, the fact that it has held, you know, I will feel comfortable to enter here and going for at least 1x over the next couple weeks, as long as we living above 400 billion, and BTC dominance chills down a little bit. Okay, so I hope you got something good out of the video. Enjoy your weekend, enjoy your Halloween, and don't be scared. China, China, China.